Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. That's me, boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great first week of the new year. I'm going to say that I am. I'm going to say that I'm keeping a good positive attitude most of the time. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Listen, last night was the kind of night that Bravoholics and Real Housewives fans, such as myself, like cross our fingers for and hope and pray for. Listen, Linda, this right here, I was as excited for this as I was for the Vanderpump Rules reunion. The last night was the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It was the finale for the 4th season. So they were finally back last night. I watched it, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think. Now, I know typically I would go in and I would play back and I would recap every scene. Listen, none of us that watch tuned in to see how things were gonna end with Whitney and Heather. So I'm not gonna cover any of that stuff. From the very beginning of the season, we were wondering, what exactly is Heather talking about when she's caught on the phone? I know in the beginning I had said, I think this has to do with Jen Shah. I quickly, upon hearing what was going on in the season and hearing what the leak was about Monica and who Monica was, I changed my tune. And I think we all did. But let me just, ahead of this, let me just say, the editors on this franchise on Salt Lake City, they need to, number one, be given an Emmy. All of them need to be given Emmys for this, for the editing on this season, but especially this episode. And they give them a raise, give them an Emmy, and please let them edit other cities, because everything between like the sound effects and the edit and the just like going back and forth between the time and just the cinema of it all was just like, it added to it. But yeah, last night was the kind of show that those of us who watch the Housewives, that we wait for and we pray for. And yes, I am probably going to be fixing my hair this whole time because I don't know what the heck it's doing. So there we go. Tony, if you watch, I'm just touching up my hair. What is that? Okay, so let's jump into it. Like I said, I'm not going to be covering any of the outside stuff outside of the big reveal with Monica. So, okay, the only other thing that I'm going to talk about is they had gone out to, this struck me as funny. They went out to town and they rode in on mopeds. So I think it was like Monica, Heather, and Angie. They went to a perfumery. Heather realized that she had forgotten her card and her money. So she said does anybody have, Angie, can you give me a card to use? And she was like, I just have a picture of my card. Monica was like, I have money, I can pay. She pulls out the card, puts it through, and it's declined. And they were like, your card is declined. And didn't Heather turn around and was like, and I thought, oh, that would be damn embarrassing. But seriously, she was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so embarrassed if this card is declined and then everybody's gonna start talking about me. And then she went and turned on like international spending. I didn't know you had to do that. I mean, I have credit cards, but I also don't travel internationally. Unless you consider downtown Pittsburgh to be internationally. So there we go. So the ladies go out, they do their shopping, they come home. An hour later is when Heather gets her call, the call that we hear about in the beginning, where she's yelling, I can't believe that's who it is. I can't believe she would do it to us. And thanks to the leak, we kind of all knew beforehand kind of probably what this was going to be about. Before we found out about the leak, I know all of us were thinking, well, it probably has to do with the fact that she finds out that this is the Monica who owes money. This is the Monica that is suing them. But after the leak and we all found out it was that she was who she was, then it became apparent. So fast forward 4 hours later, the ladies are getting ready for dinner. They go down to dinner. The theme is the Bermuda Triangle. It's set up perfectly for the triangle, for the Bermuda Triangle. And they're going to play yet another game. I don't know why these producers are always up for games this season. Why not just reveal? Why not just spill the tea? By the way, I'm drinking some peppermint tea. I hope I don't spill it. It is piping hot. Okay, so the game is you hold the doll that is in front of you. The dolls from the Pioneer Lunch are back. Each woman has a doll in front of her. And when you hold the doll up, then you have to reveal a mystery or ask a question of the person whose doll you are holding. I'm not going to go through all of the questions because we're not here for that. It's very dramatic. If you watched, then you know, dramatic. Take a drink every time you say dramatic. Okay, so Meredith started it off. Well, Meredith didn't start it off, but Meredith kind of helped Heather in getting to where she wanted to go. Meredith says to Heather, listen, we are friends. We've been friends for a while. Why didn't I get more support from you about these DMs? Heather says, well, we all believed Monica. I mean, she was clear. And frankly, the way that you reacted to it was not a reaction that we would expect. And she was like, listen, I knew that I didn't do it and I'm not going to start screaming and yelling. That's just how I am. So then Heather says to Monica, why do we all believe you? Monica says, well, I had the proof, the evidence, the DMs, the timeline, and I owned it. So Heather said, well, so it had nothing to do with truth. And she said, the truth. She says, no, it's because I had all of that stuff that I just told you about. So then Heather says, I have Meredith's doll, but I don't feel there's any mysteries with her. But I do have some questions about Monica. Who is the real Monica? Oh, and then here is where you start getting all of the slew of commercials. Listen, I get that commercials pay for TV programs because the networks make money off of them. However, it was too much. We're all on the edge of our seats and you're throwing up all these commercials. So she says, the real Monica is someone who doesn't want to be our friends, but wants to profit from our pain. Who are you? Who you are is, and then a flashback to 2 hours earlier when Heather calls Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith to the beach. Listen, the four of them on the beach kind of gave me chills a little bit. There were a couple times when I got chills, and this was the first one because these women have been through a lot, but they came together and it was kind of ominous for me. And so Heather says, listen, I have to tell you some information. Monica is not who we thought she was. Monica is Reality Von Tease. Oh, everybody was shook. Reality Von Tease, if you don't know, it's an IG account that was dedicated to taking down Jen Shaw and really bringing her to justice. But it also then turned into kind of a troll account that dealt in character assassination of all the other ladies on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It was a troll account. So, how did Heather come about this? Well, Heather's hairdresser is Tanisha. Tanisha was very close friends with Monica for 4 years. I guess in Clash of Conscious, Tanisha had told everything to Heather. She had said, listen, Monica is Reality Von Tease. She sent her volumes of DMs and text messages. Heather then reached out to someone who investigated it, and they verified that in fact she was Reality Von Tease. Heather says she had started questioning Monica a little bit earlier because a few things didn't seem right. Like she had said that she felt like Monica knew a lot of very sensitive information about all of the ladies. She also had said that she was very quick to tell all of her secrets because she basically knows how to do that with other people. So she just did it for herself. Now, here's the thing. I feel like maybe she told her own secrets so that nobody else would dig into it and find out who she was. That's what I kind of think. Because at first, remember, Monica had said, I'm telling all my secrets so they can't weaponize it against me. But now I'm thinking she told all of her dark secrets so that people wouldn't go and try and dig information up on her and find out who she was. But then Heather said right before the trip, things kind of got really weird. Heather went to Beauty Lab to get a gift card for Monica because it's her birthday. She found out that there were 3 Monicas with 3 different last names with 3 different birth dates. All the same Monica. Listen, that to me is shady. Shady. Now, I can understand if maybe it was Monica and it was Monica with her married name and Monica with like her maiden name because she's divorced. I can understand that. But then the more digging she did, she went to one of her employees. They looked at it. As it turns out, one of the Monicas never paid her bill. So there's that. Also, for Heather, nothing really seemed to make sense about the DMs about Angie being in the Greek Mafia. Timing was just too convenient. And Whitney had actually brought it up too. Whitney was like, I think something is really odd about the timing of these DMs. And then there was the flashback to, but I believe it might have been like the first or second day on the Bermuda trip. Remember when when Heather and Monica were on the beach and Heather said something like, do you think that Meredith could have done this? And do you think Meredith could have done this? And Monica was like, I don't think any of these ladies could do this. Could I do it? Yeah, I could have done it. I could have made a fake account. And Heather was like, don't say that. Listen, when she said that before, I noticed that. I thought that was odd. I thought that was really weird that she would say that. So then they go back to the present. Heather says, I know who you are. You are Reality Von Tease. And Monica was like, no. She's like, that's bullshit. And it was never my account. Tanisha started it, which, listen, I'm going to tell you, there were 2 people that seemed to be live streaming during this. One person was Monica. Another person was Tanisha. Tanisha came out and said, on social media. That's a lie. Monica is a liar, and it was her account. She started it. Tanisha was watching it in the background it was playing, and she was giving commentary. And she had said, she's going to say, guys, as soon as Monica had said Tanisha started, she was laughing. She was like, no, I did not start it. She was not part of it. It was hers. She was running it. She's a liar. And furthermore, she said, like, to show that she is kind of a liar, that Tanisha said she never mentioned having family in Bermuda. Now, maybe, you know, she didn't mention it to Tanisha because, I don't know, maybe she doesn't really think about her family down there or something. I don't know. But Tanisha was on social media live streaming, saying this is a lie. I have proof. I have DMs. I can definitely put those out. She is lying and she's a liar. So, when she said Tanisha started it, I kind of thought, well, I wonder if Heather is going to go to Tanisha and, like, after this and ask her, like, hey, do you know, is there any truth to this? And I know Tanisha, based on what she said on social media, she's going to be like, that's a lie. No, I didn't. Monica then says that after saying, no, I'm not, she then says, well, it's not entirely true. And Lisa was like, what does that mean? And not entirely true. She's like, it means it's only partially true. It was run by several humans. Now, when she said several humans, I was like, what do you mean, like some humans, but then some bots? Monica said that her part in it was to take down Jen. She was there to take down Jen Shaw, and the others were collateral damage. Now, when she said this, this is the second part where it kind of gave me chills a little bit. I don't know, like, collateral damage by her or what? That's what kind of confused me. Later on, Monica says, like, she doesn't think the website is bad. She thinks scamming elderly people out of money is evil and is bad. That I completely agree with. Jen Shaw is where she needs to be, in prison. She needs to be there for a long time. It is terrible what she did. However, I'm going to say this. The other women were trolled. Trolling is terrible because, listen, just from listening to Peter Mon and talk about how he had been stalked and trolled and everything, trolling is terrible. So that is something that, and character assassination and, like, you know, hurtful, wrong statements being put out there about somebody possibly ruining their life. That is terrible. But here's my question. Why exactly, I was thinking, like, why exactly? She knew what she had done. So why are you going to now apply to be on the show? Like, you have this secret. And as we know, she says at the end, nothing stays in the dark. Everything comes to light. So why would you, after doing all of this, why would you then apply to be on the show? Which makes me then think, how did Bravo not know about this? Like, how did the producers not know about this? And I thought, well, listen, Monica had just gotten divorced. Money is tight. Is it beyond the stretch of the imagination to maybe think that the producers knew about this and brought her on? purposely for this. I'm going to say this, and some people may not like this, but it's genius. I mean, as much as people were like, she's a liar and she's this and that, I'm going to tell you, she is reality gold. Last year compared to this year, it is like a vast, phenomenal difference. I mean, if you want to give an MVP to the most valuable like player of this, most valuable castmate of this season, it's hands down, it's Monica. I mean, it was shady. It was shitty. And at times she came off like a little bit of a psychopath with like the fact that they were screaming at her and she just was not shaken. Like I don't know. I went from between being like, kind of like, is she a psychopath that she's just not shook by any of this, to this is kind of impressive. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like that. However, I don't know. I mean, but so Heather then says, during all of this, Heather then says something like, she calls her Monica Fowler, and then she says, you stole the clutch from Meredith's store. And then they show her on the video. She had the blonde hair, and sure enough, she was there. She was like, I didn't steal the clutch. And Meredith is like, I saw you on there at my store. Meredith had that in her bag before they even went to Bermuda. She knew all about that. And she said, I'm not saying you stole. I'm saying you said you were never even here. And then they show a replay of from this season when Monica's like, oh, this is a cute store. I've never been here. And then so, I mean, she's lying about that. Lisa Barlow then brings up the fact that Monica would do drive-bys by Jen Shaw's house. And Monica's like, stupid bitch, it's because I was in the car with her, you stupid bitch. That started the whole stupid bitch thing. And you could see in the background, rewatch it, because you could see in the background when Lisa Barlow stands up, the producers are scrambling. I mean, scrambling to get into place. The funny thing though, about that, Monica says that she was always in the car with Jen. However, I guess it's one of Monica's, I would assume, ex-friends now, went on to Twitter and had said that there were times whenever he was actually over Jen Shaw's house, putting up curtains for them, and he would see her car like driving past and Jen wasn't in the car. So I don't know. That's creepy. Angie finally gets in on it because Monica was yelling, shit, and Angie just gets in on the shit show. Monica tells her, listen, you better shut up or I'm going to tell everybody about your involvement in this. And Angie said that, what involvement? Me laughing at your DMs and your texts? I don't know. Could Angie maybe have been involved in some way? Because listen, Up and Adam, I was just watching something on Up and Adam Adam from Up and Adam had said that years ago during his interview with Jen Shaw, he said that she said that somebody else on The Real Housewives is involved in has a burner account, has an Instagram burner account. So I don't know. I don't know who it could be. I mean, Angie looked a little suspicious. Do I think it was her? I don't know if she is smart enough to do that. Or devious enough to do that. I don't know that she is. Like I said, Monica was very, very calm during all of this, during a lot of it. Like I said, I don't know if that's impressive or if that's just like a psychopath. I mean, she is embracing her villain era. And if she is not on the next season, because I don't know how many people are going to want to film with her. If she's not on the next season, please put her on the next season of House of Villains, because she would eat that up with a fork, spoon, and knife. Yes, please. Monica says in her confessional, she's like, they're all outraged now, talking about how I can't believe she's reality Von Tease. But back in the day, they were all checking the page. They were DMing us. They were our biggest fans. So Heather finally, listen, Heather puts an end to all of this. Heather says, we did this with Jen. We're not doing this with you. I protected Jen. I went out onto book tour and I defended her, and I let her give me a black eye. Listen. When she said, gave me a black eye, when I went, oh, that wasn't because I was surprised that Jen gave her the black eye. Listen, if you watch that show, you know for certain everybody that watched that show knew who gave her the black eye. Come on. And then they show that flashback to the morning after the black eye, and it's Jen and it's Heather, and they call Meredith, the lawyer, in, and they're talking. And then Jen almost slips and says, we need to come up with a way out. She almost says it, but we need to get Meredith. And then that look that Jen gives after Heather is like, I don't recall. We knew that last year. So, but she finally came out. She finally said it, what we all knew, that Jen gave her the black eye. Monica then says, Monica has nerve to be like, oh, you finally told the truth for once. Good for you. I was like, oh, that's rich. That is rich. Because who knows how much of what you said was true about everything. So I was fully expecting Meredith to stand up and yell, pack your bags and you can leave. But Heather was like, pack your bags and go. Another thing, I wish Meredith would have stood up. I wish Meredith would have stood up and been like, all you bitches, you all deserve me an apology. A vindication for Meredith and vindication for Meredith. That's if I was her, that's what I would have stood up and said. So Monica leaves. And they do their little wrap up with what's going on with each housewife. The producer then says to her, what happened after, let's talk about what happened at the final dinner. And Monica says, well, I guess you can only be gossip girl. Gossip girl can only be gossip girl for so long. Everything that lives in the dark will come to light. They were going to find me out sooner or later. And she then says that I had a lot more to say. I don't know why she didn't say, if she had more to say, they should have had this be an extended episode. Since they weren't doing like a Watch What Happens Live, like afterwards with them, they should have done an extended version. But she was like, I have so much more to say, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss any of it. Trust me, I absolutely am not going to miss any of it. It's going to be a 3-part finale. I'm thinking that maybe the producers had just told her, save it for the finale, because we need this thing to be big. I mean, we're promising big. We're giving you the first chair. So we need you to save it for that. So listen, that's it. That was reality gold. That right there, I will tell you, I will agree with everybody who is saying that is one of the best episodes of of any housewife show that's ever been on. Like, it's absolutely one of the best finales. That is reality gold. Love her or hate her, Monica Garcia saved this season. And thank God. Will she be back next year? I don't know. I don't know who would film with her. Heather says she's not going to film with her. I can see Meredith giving her the cold shoulder. I don't know. I don't know about the others. Whitney could very well maybe be like, I forgive her. I don't know. Maybe not. So I don't know. We'll see. If she's not on next season, put her on House of Villains season 2 because she would eat that up. So please tell me what you thought. I don't know. I don't completely hate Monica. The reason being is because without Monica, what would the series have been? Would it have just been like last season, which was boring as shit? So, you know, I can't hate her for bringing the drama. I mean, that's what we watch it for. I don't watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City or really any other city for like the opulence or the, you know, or the richness or anything. I don't. I watch it for the drama. And that's exactly that's what it was last night. That was, if I'm grading out of a 10, I'm giving that 150. It was amazing. It was good. It was really good. Tell me what you thought in the comments. With that being said, I'm going to head out to Beverly Hills. I got my notebook. We're getting ready. So let me know in the comments what you thought. And if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there. I was trying to think of the other one. And please take care of one another. Also, no matter where you're at, please do two things. Please be aware of your surroundings. And number 2, please stay safe. I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow for a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills wrap up where I'm going to name them. So bye guys. I'll see you later.